How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Black Ops 4 reveal, specifically the zombies section, which, speaking of the zombie section, is absolutely crazy, and I'm going to be discussing my thoughts on every single map that they revealed shortly. And I'm sorry for not having this up the day that this reveal happened. The day it happened just so happened to be my birthday, so I was, kind of busy, didn't really want to record on that day, but hey, we're here, and, we're going to be talking about everything that we saw, and yeah, so I want to talk about each individual map, as well as some extra features that they talked about, which are kind of crazy and new to zombies, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first map, IX, or 9, however you say it. So to start off, we have was quite possibly the craziest map in all of zombies, even topping Shadows of Evil, which at the time was like, oh my god, what is this map? But this is just, I think it's just called 9, like I said in the beginning. IX is how they are pronouncing it, or spelling it, or whatever. This map just looks crazy. It's basically set in like a gladiator arena. Our characters start off with, this ritual, and they're like taking some hardcore drugs or something. They get transported into this. It kind of reminds me of Infinite Warfare Zombies, when our characters would get sucked through the theater screen into like different places. But honestly, just this map, in my opinion, is probably I don't know what it is, to be honest. I really don't know. This map is so different from anything we've ever seen. It's probably the most unique, and, well, if you watch my video the other day, that goes right in with what I was saying about having unique maps. Now, granted, I was talking about DLC, but, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that the DLC maps for this are going to be pretty unique and unpredictable, considering the fact that the first 3 maps that we get are basically nothing alike, and then this one especially is just crazy. Now, honestly, this is probably, I've seen a lot of people talk about, like, this map not really being the one they're most hyped for, but this is the one I'm most interested in, just because of how different it is. I think the people in charge of zombies said that this is going to be a separate universe from the storyline that we've had for like the last 8 or 10 years. It's gonna be completely separate, and that's very interesting. Like, I think it's safe to assume that we're gonna have similar things throughout like all of zombies. Like the mystery box, which we actually see in one of the maps, but we're not talking about that map yet. But just this map, like, it's so ridiculous. Like, I wonder if it's gonna be just a gladiator arena, or if there's gonna be more. I wonder if this is gonna be like a survival map, like I also mentioned in my other video. There's really no telling what this map is gonna be, but as you can see, like, our characters, or these guys, are about to get absolutely wrecked, but our characters are these gladiators, and they're fighting with melee only, which it makes me wonder, is there gonna be guns in this map? Which there might be. 115 teleporting the guns or something. I don't know. Maybe it could be melee only, but this is by far the craziest map that has ever been introduced in zombies, and honestly, it's super interesting, and I have no idea what they're going to do. There's no telling what the story is going to be, because like I said, brand new universe, brand new characters. There's absolutely no telling what we're going to get, and it's very exciting. It's kind of worrying at the same time, but it's very exciting as well, because it's something brand new. We always talk about wanting something new for zombies. Well, here you freaking go. Seems pretty interesting and pretty unpredictable and new. And it's honestly very exciting. Like, this dude right here, turning into some freaking extinction-looking monster, honestly. Well, that doesn't really look like extinction, kind of, but this map is definitely the craziest. And let's go ahead and move on to the next map, which is very different from the previous one, called Voyage of Despair, also the Titanic. So, you thought that the last map was a little bit too different. Well, let's go ahead and give you a map that just gives you Shadows of Evil vibes, because that's what I was thinking when I saw this. So this map takes place on the Titanic, which, honestly, like, I don't really know I didn't expect them to try and do stuff like this where they have, you know, real life things being zombies. I thought it was just gonna be all for the storyline, but uh, there's no telling with this game. Like, these maps are freaking ridiculous, and this map, definitely for people who are worried about the last map, this map is definitely more, you know, more like your usual zombies, but it's still different. Like I said, being on the Titanic, I didn't really expect that. I don't know why that has anything to do with the story, but hey, who knows? You know, it's gonna be exciting. But this map is gonna be very interesting as well, just like the last one, because, you know, again, these characters, are 4 characters from the previous map, are back in this one, which makes me wonder, are they really, like I said, going for the Infinite Warfare like vibe, where your characters just get transported from all these different locations, you know, and dress up differently and everything? Because it really seems like they're gonna be doing that, and I have no idea. I don't know what they're gonna do. And this dude's just, poor guy, he's just getting wrecked in the background. But it's gonna be very interesting, and honestly, like, I'm pretty excited for this map too. Now it looks like freaking, you know, they're doing some sort of heist or whatever. They're trying to go in and capture this artifact, which I have no idea what this artifact is, but it looks similar to the one from the last map. And I think that this map is going to be the storyline map, or maybe it won't. Maybe the last one is, because a lot of people think the last map's going to be a gladiator survival map, and a lot of people think that this map's going to be the one that actually progresses with our story. And if so, it's going to be very interesting, because, you know, what is the story going to be? Like I said, this is set on the Titanic. This has something to do with real life. So if this is where the story is going to take place, it's going to be very interesting. Or maybe the last one is. There's no telling. All I know is this map is very reminiscent of Shadows of Evil, just the vibe and everything. And like I said, right there, that dude just took the artifact I was talking about, which was used in the last map, and basically spawned all the zombies. So what I'm curious about, and somebody mentioned this in a video, I think it was Mr. Raffle Waffles, I wonder if they're going to be taking these these places from real life, and, you know, talking about the backstory about how these things went down, because obviously the Titanic got freaking destroyed by an iceberg. I wonder if they're going to be taking all these things from real life, and they're going to be giving a zombies twist, like, say, you know, oh, instead of the Titanic being, you know, completely caught off guard and wrecked by an iceberg, maybe it's zombies. And right there, as you can see, the mystery box is there as well, which definitely more of a classic zombies feel, as well as guns. There's guns in this map, which I'm pretty sure there might be some in the other as well. But, like, I think that it's going to be very interesting what they do with the story, because of the fact that, you know, it's basically that Titanic, but they're going to freaking give a zombie twist. It's going to be like, oh, zombies broke out in the Titanic. But either way, this map looks very crazy, just like the last one. They don't look any alike. And let's go ahead and move on to the final map, which I think everybody's excited for, which is Blood of the Dead. So the map that everybody was waiting for, everybody was anticipating, everybody was excited for ever since that interview back in Zombies Chronicles days. Mob of the Dead Remastered. It's happening. It's actually not really a remaster at all. It's going to be more like a remake, because it's not even called Mob of the Dead. It's called Blood of the Dead. And not only that, but this will have our original 4 characters being premise, and I'm guessing because that's the case, it's going to be taking place and showing us what happened between Zetsubo and Garad Krovi, which is going to be very interesting. And as you can see, it's not a very long trailer. There's not really much to talk about, but this does confirm that, 1, we're going to be able to see what happened between those 2 maps, and 2, this is going to basically mean that we're not done with the storyline, hopefully. It's not just going to be a new storyline. We're going to have 2 storylines. I really hope that's the case. And that's about it for Mob of the Dead. Let's go ahead and move on to my final thoughts. So, it's time to talk about my final thoughts about Black Ops 4 Zombies. Honestly, everything just looks really good in my opinion. It looks better than I expected. I'm more hyped about the fact that there's 3 maps. I'm more hyped about the fact that we might have two storylines, meaning maybe double DLC maps. We could have two DLC maps every DLC. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know, but it looks good. I like that they're making a new storyline. You know, it's kind of worrying, but I'm glad that, you know, they're moving on. I hope that we keep our original characters, though. Like I said, having the two storyline be nice, but they also mentioned some custom game options, like being able to change health and being able to change speed of zombies and all this stuff. And if that's the case, then that means that this will be so much deeper than anything we've ever seen, as well as they are bringing back difficulty levels from Black Ops 2 zombies. And hopefully that means that they're going to have some extra game modes as well. Like, everything is just looking like it's going to be pretty freaking good, and I'm pretty excited for the future. Zombies this year looks pretty promising. It's definitely different. It's definitely interesting, but I think that's kind of what we need. And I hope that the story is really well. I expect it to be pretty good, but as well as I hope the gameplay is good. And I really hope that the Gobblegum system is reworked. If you saw my last video, you'll know that some of the things have actually been answered in this, and some are yet to be answered. So it's going to be a very interesting year, and the content will continue after this video. Trust me, the hype is only beginning. It's going to be an interesting summer. I'm going to be uploading a ton and streaming a ton. And for that, well, all I got to say is Black Ops 4, you looking good. And I guess that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys later, and bye-bye.